Hello NEET warriors, today we will start our first chapter of class 11, The Living World, and we will cover 4 topics from this chapter. Number 1, what is living? Number 2, taxonomy and systematics. Number 3, taxonomic categories, and number 4, taxonomic aids. First is, what is living? Simply living are those which has life in it. Now what is life? Life is one of the most complicated phenomena. For example, in a test tube, you put nucleus, mitochondria, ribosome, Golgi bodies, and all the other cellular organelles. Will the test tube become a cell? No. So, the thing which is missing in the test tube is life. Now, we can divide characteristics of life into two parts. Number 1, defining features, and number 2, non-defining features. Number 1, defining features are those characteristics which has no exceptions, and number 2, non-defining features are those which has exceptions. Then we will discuss two non-defining features of living organism. One is growth and the other one is reproduction. Now, what is growth? Number 1, increase in number of individuals, and number 2, increase in volume. Increase in number of individuals is also known as hyperplasia, and increase in volume is known as hypertrophy. Those are twin characteristics of growth. Now, all living organism grows from inside to outside by the process of cell division. Like one single cell forms two different cells. Now, we can't see the cell division from outside. We can just see the consequences. Then we can see plant grows throughout their life, but animal grows up to a certain age. But cell division is constant and it occurs throughout the life of an organism. So the conclusion is all living organism grows from inside to outside. But growth is a non-defining character, so it has some exceptions. Some non-living things also grow, but their growth is from outside. For example, mountains and sand mounds. They grow from outside by accumulating more on the surface. Number 2 is reproduction. Reproduction refers to the biological process by which new individuals are produced from their parents. Organism can reproduce by both asexual and sexual means. For example, number 1, fungi multiply and spread easily by millions of asexual spores they produce. Number 2, lower organisms like yeast and hydra reproduce by budding. It means one outgrowth can form new individual. Number 3, in planaria, we can see true regeneration. It means body parts of planaria can form new individual. Number 4, lower organisms like fungi, filamentous algae, protonema and mosses all easily multiply by fragmentation. Unicellular organisms like bacteria, unicellular algae or amoeba, their reproduction is synchronous with growth. As when single cell organism divides in two cells, both growth and reproduction occurs simultaneously. But reproduction is also a non-defining character, so it has some exceptions. Because not every individual can reproduce. For example, worker bees, infertile couple and mules-like animals. So growth and reproduction are two most important non-defining characters. Now we will discuss the defining features of living organism. It means the characters which has no exceptions. Example of those features are metabolism, cellular organization, consciousness, biological interaction, adaptation, homeostasis, evolution, life and death. Now first is metabolism. Metabolism means the sum total of all the chemical reactions occurring in our body by the action of enzymes produced inside our body. There are thousands of metabolic reactions occurring simultaneously inside all living organisms, both in unicellular and multicellular. And also, no non-living object exhibits metabolism. But don't get confused with metabolic reactions. Metabolism and metabolic reactions are different. Metabolism doesn't exist in any non-living object, but metabolic reactions can happen anywhere irrespective of living or non-living. Metabolic reactions can be demonstrated outside the body in cell-free system, An isolated metabolic reaction outside the body of an organism performed in a test tube is neither living nor non-living. We can say isolated metabolic reactions in vitro are not living things, but surely living reactions. Hence, metabolism is a defining feature of all living organisms without exception. Now, all living organisms are composed of cells and products of cells without any exceptions. Virus also exhibit cellular form inside a host body. Hence, cellular organization of body is the defining feature of life. Now, another defining feature of life is consciousness. All living organisms can sense the surroundings or environmental changes and respond to these environmental stimuli, which could be physical, chemical, and biological. Animals sense environmental stimuli by the sense organs, for example, eye, nose, ear, touch, etc. But plants also have the power to sense external features like light, water, temperature, pollutants, other organisms, etc. For example, seasonal breeding of plants is affected by photoperiodic effects, means the length of day and night can affect the plant growth and reproduction. So we can clearly say that all organisms therefore are aware of their surroundings. Consciousness therefore becomes the defining property of living organisms. But human being is the only organism who is aware of himself and has self-consciousness. But what about the patient lying in coma in hospitals? Do they have consciousness? Yes, those patients lying in coma has consciousness. That's why they are still living, but these patients has no self-consciousness. We know that all living phenomena are due to underlying interactions. So what are these biological interactions? We know it all starts with the cell, and for some species it ends with the cell. But for others, the cells come together to form tissues, tissues from organs, organs from organ systems, and organ systems combine to form an organism. But the interesting point is the tissue is made up of some specific cells, but the properties of tissues are not present in the constituent cells. Similarly, properties of tissues do not present in an organ which is made up of the same tissue, but they are all connected by an interaction which is present in every living organisms. So in conclusion, we can say all life forms are self-replicating, evolving and self-regulating interactive systems capable of responding to external stimuli. To learn difficult concepts of physics, chemistry and biology within few minutes to crack NEET and JEE with fun, like, share and subscribe our new YouTube channel Shantu. You will get conceptual videos, highly effective notes, short tricks, mock tests and much more. Hope we shall meet there.